So after one whole year, the Dragon Rework update has finally came out while disappointing everybody. You see, when the update came out, our Dragon Fruit was not even there. And we finally found out that you have to rebuy the Dragon Fruit to get the rework of the version of the Dragon Fruit. That means that your old fruit is gone and you have to rebuy it no matter what. Which is horrible, and no other Roblox game has ever done this before. And sucks for the community. The Blox Fruits devs really scammed us all. I'm gonna try my best to help everyone get their fruits back. Just comment your username and subscribe, because Blox Fruits now has a feature where you can gift fruits, and through that gifting feature, I'll go ahead and pick some comments below to gift you guys this Dragon Rework fruit as fast as I can, because them taking away your fruit and not giving you the new version was completely bad and just a big scam, and it kind of just shows how hungry and money hungry the developers really are. In a way, this was the saddest way to release an update, because all of us getting scammed just made the developers look really bad in all of the community's eyes, and gaining trust back will be very difficult. And to actually go ahead and side with the admins, they are getting attacked right now, and they honestly don't deserve it, because the admins themselves have been trying to tell us, hey, the update is coming soon, and a lot of people were just attacking them all along, when it should have been the developers at least, because the developers control everything, what they say and what they bring out, and the admins are just there to inform you. A lot of the times they don't even know most things, and they just get informed by what the developers tell you. Now, for those who are attacking the admins of Blox Fruits for what Blox Fruits has done, don't attack the admins, because a lot of the admins are sticking against this as well. The admins themselves are against Blox Fruits for what they did, saying that they should have not done this. And keep in mind, they get paid by Blox Fruits, so this is actually huge that the admins of Blox Fruits themselves are sticking up for us. But of course, don't attack the admins. It's not the admins' fault. They aren't the developers, and they didn't decide to take away your Dragon Fruit. Now, what I recently found out is while the developers were working on the update, the admins were informing us about the update, and they had no idea that our Dragon Fruit was going to be taken away. This whole time, the admins themselves thought they are going to replace our fruits with the brand new fruit. So this whole time, the developers were lying to us, and it wasn't even the admins' fault. The developers were telling the admins to say this and this, because mostly the admins are informed by the developers, and the developers tell the admins what to tell us and what to say to us. And clearly, the admins were lied to by the developers as well as us. So basically, the developers used the admins to go ahead and lie to us and make it look like that everything was just an accident, but it was not an accident. This was very clearly intentional, because they've been working on this update for an entire year. And even if this was an accident, how can this be an accident when they had a full year to test everything, make sure everything works, make sure there's no bugs? Like, they literally have an entire stacked team. How could you mess up this horribly? And a lot of people are saying for a whole year of waiting for this update, there should have been a lot more to the update, because a lot of people feel like that this update did not really give out much content, meaning there wasn't much content in the game. It felt like a year was such a waste to wait for, and they should have hurried up and gave this update to us back in July when they were supposed to release it. A lot of people are saying that they don't understand why this update took a whole year just for them to end up getting scammed in the end. The other bit of controversy is that this update was overhyped. A lot of people are saying that this update should have not been this hype, being so small of an update, and not just being a small update, but just being overall disappointing. People expected this update to be ginormous, to be a lot more revamps and a lot more reworks in the game. It obviously looks like this was on purpose, and it was not an accident, because there's literally no way for this to be an accident. Clearly, the Blox Fruits developers are in fault, and they were the ones to lie to everyone. So now there's two things that can happen. The Blox Fruits developers have done this before. They either disappear for a couple of months and then come back and fix everything with an update or something, or they fix everything right now, which is kind of impossible because you can't refund anything, and giving us the Dragon Fruit back is also a bit impossible with Roblox's coding feature. So it looks like there's no other option for Blox Fruits to fix this, and they kind of really messed up right here, and it looks like they, to be honest, knowing the developers, they might just disappear on us. Now, just because Blox Fruits is getting cancelled right now, the player count is still very high. Everyone is still playing this, so even if the Blox Fruits developers disappear for a couple of months, the player count is still going to be very high, and they won't lose any money. In fact, they'll actually make even more money if they disappear right now, which probably they might do. Let's say they disappear right now, and let's also assume they make $1 million a month off of the game. If they disappear right now, they'll make $2 million off of the game if they just disappear. And this, honestly, they could do. They really could do, because every time they disappear, for example, for a full year, they made the exact same amount of money. Now, obviously, this update was to grab more money from the players, and so if they disappear, it won't make a difference. People will still cancel Blox Fruits on Twitter, but the player base, which is on Roblox, they'll still play Blox Fruits daily, which will be 1 million players a day, and Blox Fruits won't be affected by this. They'll make the same amount of money, they'll make more money, money, and it won't really affect them at all. So realistically, they don't need to fix this, and unless they do, and if they do, then honestly, most of the people will actually respect Blox Fruits even more.